5 highest selling hockey cards last month. Number 5 was this 2009-10 Exquisite Collection Wayne Gretzky 2003-04 Flashback Tribute Patch Auto out of 25 PSA 8. Sold for $27,450 US on January 27th. Now it's technically a 2-color patch, but 5% orange,
Yeah.
a little bit of blue in there. The patch is game used, big plus there. It's the second highest sale ever for this card, $27,450.
Yeah, I was going to ask you your love for Exquisite and just what I've seen of Exquisite. I thought this seemed low, but that might just be me. Is that fair, or is this because it's the PSA 8?
Yeah, it's the second highest sale ever, but compared to the biggest sale, which is a BGS 9 that sold for a whopping $56,000.
Well, that was in September 2021.
September 2021, so very
so that's probably right.
And that card had a nicer patch. We are seeing a lot of these 0304 tributes, and I love it, but I'm gonna admit I'm feeling a little bit of the burnout right now.
The junk Exquisite retro era.
The junk 0304 Exquisite tribute era. So coming to you on the next Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast. We're gonna talk about that for an hour and 45 minutes. Can't wait. So that's number 5. $27,450. Gretzky 0304 Flashback.
So not in the league, number 5. Not playing right now.
Nope. Number 4, really nice card, Troy. 1966 Topps Bobby Orr SGC 8.5.
Yeah.
Sold for $31,720 US on January 27th. Just like the Gretzky tribute. At an SGC 8.5 grade, it's a pop 3 with 3 graded higher. There's 3 SGC 9s, no 10s. Just a little point of comparison, there's 47 PSA 8s, 1 PSA 8.5, and 1 PSA 9. Now, it's an old holder. It's in that old kind of like where they did.
Well, it's like I know nothing about SGC old stuff, like grading. Yeah. What's 92 mean? 8.5 doesn't translate to 92, does it?
It does, I guess.
Okay.
Well, it says 8.5 right below it, like really small.
Yeah, I see the 8.5, but wouldn't that be a 9? Wouldn't you expect 92 to be a 9?
It's out of 100. It's kind of like Tag's grading scale, which is out of 1,000.
Oh, all right.
Right. So I'm sure Tag wouldn't like that.
Glad SGC changed.
I've asked this question before, but I'm going to ask it again because I literally have never made up my mind on it. If I have this card and I think I want to sell it, part of me is like, oh, it'd be so much better to have SGC reholder it. But then I think I would immediately start to panic and be like, what if they crack this and the card gets damaged somehow? Because I have to believe maybe it would have sold for a couple thousand more if it was in a new holder. Wouldn't you? Or do you think that that's poppycock and doesn't matter?
Oh, I think it would sell for more. What about throwing it in a PSA holder? Because it looks really nice. I mean, it's got a high grade. SGC is not a lenient grader. So, I mean, you could try to go that route, but you haven't had personal experience with PSA, and they've kind of botched something.
They wrecked a huge card.
Yeah, they wrecked a card, and I don't think the grading companies. I would love to see how they get a card out of the holder, because all I've seen is YouTube videos of people cracking them, and I would be scared to death. I'd ruin the card. So I'm curious if they do it the same way. I'm assuming, I don't know. These things are meant not to get broken into, right? So they're not easy to get out.
Yeah. And maybe they have special machines that prevent that, but who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Now at $31,720 US, it is a record sale for an SGC 8.5, but the other sales were like forever ago. There was a $14,100 sale in December of 2013 and a $19,165 US dollar sale in May of 2012. So the fact that it's a record shouldn't be shocking because it's more than 10 years for the previous sales. As a comparison to the last PSA 8 that sold was in November 2022, went for almost the same price. So it's a little bit lower grade, but it is PSA, $31,200 US. I had to use PSA 8 because the lone PSA 8.5 does not have a recorded public sale that I could find. So it's a big time card, a big grade, right? And so they don't sell very often. So on the comparable game, there's just not a lot to compare it to. Last question I have for you on this card, Troy, is where on your bucket list rankings is owning not this card, but any Bobby Orr rookie? Is it a card that interests you?
This card definitely. I mean, it's tough. Definitely top 10. But here's my sad thing. You know this. I'm kind of hinted at or I've said this many times. I still would be happy with just a stature auto Bobby Orr.
Yeah.
Like a new release Bobby Orr with an auto. I love the way they look on those cards. I would probably be happy with that too. But yes, it's definitely on the bucket list eventually to have one. We'll just see if it ever happens.
You're a stature fanboy.
I am a stature
that's why we love
fanboy.
it.
Yep.
Okay, next at number 3 in top hockey sales for January 2024, we have a medium-sized cardboard box, just like the ones that sit on our porches every day from Amazon, Troy.
Yeah.
But this one, somebody shelled out $32,400 for in January 26th. They did that because of what's inside, which is 6 tins of 2015-16 the cup.
Yeah.
Of course, making it a sealed case.
Guess what? Next month you're gonna have another cardboard box on here, and it will probably be number 1.
Oh yeah, with a bullet. Probably be number 1. What the heck? How could it not be number 1? I just can't get over the whole cardboard box thing. Like, that's literally because you destroy the value if you open it. We've already beat that dead horse. And so really, you're as a collectible, you're buying a cardboard box that has you just show it to your friends. It's like, oh, what are they gonna say? It's like, oh, nice box. I guess kind of heavy. I don't know. The big chase here, of course, is gonna be the Connor McDavid RPAs. When I was thinking about this, it did make me wonder, and you might know the answer to this. Is there anyone that's ever like tracked how many of the 90 out of 99 McDavid RPAs are known to be pulled?
Yeah, I thought a long time ago when we first started our show, a guy sent us a website. I know a guy did, or maybe it was a form where they were trying to track. I don't know if it was the McDavid, what exactly they were trying to track. I know. I mean, Jeremy had his website, but he took the pictures himself, and I don't think he got up to 2015. It was just the Crosbys,
sure,
no Ovechkins. But yeah, this is where I want RFIDs or something, or somehow we could track these cards. And
I think Topps is doing that with their big cards now.
Are they? Cool. Mm-hmm. That I like that. I think it helps the hobby.
So Upper Deck does like their version of like, guess how many marbles are in the jar. You can win $500. But the question is, how many of the 2015-16 the Cup McDavid out of 99 RPAs have been pulled? Yeah. What would your guess be?
Oh, I have no idea. Over half, I would assume.
The number that sticks with me is 70. It's just I don't know why. All-time high sale, Troy, for a brown cardboard box that supposedly has 2015-16 the cup in it. It was $42,000 US in January 2023. That's the other thing. You can't open it, so you never really even know if the cup's in there for sure.
I would open this. I couldn't, even if I bought it, I was like, I'm going to hold this thing. The second it was sitting in my closet to my left and I looked over like this, I'd probably stop the show and just go over there and start opening boxes.
I'd bring a 12-pack of beer over, and then I'd wait till you're like 6 in, and I'd be like, oh, hey, Troy.
And we would get nothing.
Let's check out the cardboard box.
We'd get nothing but Ryan O'Reilly's and a bunch of just awesome cards that we love but aren't worth anything.
Well, if I was a good friend and we were drinking beer and looking at your cardboard box here, what I would tell you is even at the sale, Troy, let's say you paid $32,400 US for this case, right? There's 6 tins in there, and each tin contains 6 cards. That's 36 total cards. That's a pretty big box for 36 cards. So whoever bought this just paid $900 US even per card. It's a lot of money. Don't open it. Moral of the story.
Please.
Number 2, Troy, is a tie. You have a tie.
Ooh, I like it.
So we'll start, and we're going to stay with the wax theme. Go first with this 1979 Topps. This is Topps hockey sealed wax box, certified by BCE, not BBCE. BCE, which stands for Baseball Card Exchange.
Is that the same people?
I don't think so. Experts in hockey, I guess, too.
No, it's got to be, right? You can't have BBCE and BCE. They got to be the same thing.
I was given this world. I didn't make it, Troy. Well, this box of Topps hockey cards with BCE certification sold for $34,800 January 26th. Of course, it's the Topps product, not OPC. You're chasing a Gretzky rookie, of course, in the box. Now, during the pandemic boom in May 2022, a box of this, like just like this, so for 75,000 US. That's a lot of money. Now to even kind of have a more dramatic comparison, looking at its OPG cousin, the last OPG wax box to sell was last May, 186,000 US. There's a big difference in wax price between Topps and
Wow.
OPG. The other number 2, Troy, let's get back to cards. 1951 Parker's Gordie Howe PSA 7 in a really old PSA holder.
Really old.
It's got to be like one of the first, it almost looks like. Sold for 34,800. Tied for second on January 26th. It's a PSA 7, pop 44. 42 graded higher. So there's 5 PSA 7.5s, 34 PSA 8s, 2 PSA 8.5s, and 1 lonely PSA 9. Now, this sale was actually really close to matching its all-time high, which was 36,000 US in August 2022. So, pretty strong sale for a PSA 7 Gordie Howe rookie. Any comments?
No, I'm still thrown off by the BCE and BBC. I can't get over that. But yeah, I would love to have this card, just not in my cards right now. I don't have enough money to buy this straight out. But yeah,
Top to bottom centering.
Yeah,
it's 34,000. It's too distracting for me.
Definitely just distracting. I cannot stand. I can't stand PSA holders today. So this is even worse.
Okay, finally, number 1, Troy. We got the button bar drum roll. King of the hobby, remains undefeated. Wayne Gretzky. This 1979 OPG Wayne Gretzky rookie PSA 9 sold for 134,200 US on January 27th. At PSA 9, it's a pop 93. Most know there's 2 graded higher. There's 2 PSA 10s. Many might not know, though, there's 803 PSA 8s. So pop gets really big once you get past 9. Kind of interesting, too. To date, there's been 191 public sales of a 1979 OPG Wayne Gretzky PSA 9.
Really?
Card ladder sales history. All-time record sale for this card, Troy, 265,200 from April 2021. So just like in our analysis, pre-pandemic or post, about half, right?
Yep.
Now, it had dipped to 114,000 US last May, but the last 2 sales have been over 130,000. So it seems to be trending up just a bit.
But it seems so cheap for a PSA 9 OPG Gretzky rookie. But I gets it. That's the market. This one looks. I'm trying to do my best, Jeremy. I'm zooming in, looking at the oil drop, looking at registration. Make sure that watermarks or the whatever you call it, the dots on his shoulder, because then we know that makes it more legit, probably.
Jeremy should sell certifications. Like you can, for only $1,200, you can do our 12-week course and be a Jeremy Lee certified Gretzky rookie collector.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, well, that's the top 5. Well, I guess top 6, right? We had a tie.
Yeah, tie.
From January 2024. Any surprises in this list to you?
That there's only one guy that's currently playing. That's my big surprise. No guys.
Yeah, I was like, who's that?
Why did I say McDavid? I thought I saw McDavid.
It's the 2015-16 case. It's a
that's
brown box that may or may not contain guys that are currently playing.
Yeah. No, I mean, nothing really. Again, yes, it's amazing how much people pay for a cardboard box, but I get it from what's in there. But
strong vintage market's pretty strong. Doesn't get a lot of attention, but is always kind of there. And we'll be back with the same list next month and see what the hobby's spending the big bucks on in February.